since the biggest elephant in the room now is corruption, I'm sure you've seen this slide too, Carla. Commissioner Nepomuceno, yung State Department tags Philippine Customs as corrupt, calls for reforms.
Yes, sir.
And this came out a few days ago. Apparently, I read the article. Apparently, it mentions about this is probably before you. I think systemic na itong issues ang corruption sa customs. Alam naman natin to. Lumalaki lang, lumiliit, but it's systemic, no? So most likely this is before you. And I read the article in this news item. A lot of it is about systems, bribery, nahirapan silang labasin yung mga shipment nila, so may makausap silang fixer. So this doesn't go well with what's happening right now, no? May I know from customs, from Commissioner Nepomuceno, what reforms are you undertaking to address this allegation by the U.S. State Department? And I think this is also, this came from the American businessmen who are doing business here in the Philippines. So may marami silang importation.
Yes.
So nakukuha nila itong mga information na ito, no? So what reforms are you undertaking in order to address this?
Una-una, Mr. Chair, we just to address the particular concern of that report, we wrote already to of course, through the DFA. We requested for a meeting with at least the commercial and trade attaché of the U.S. Embassy to know in particular what are the concerns or complaints by the businessmen or business groups which serve as the basis for that report, so that we will not second guess what in particular are the issues of the U.S. State Department is. So, and then we also requested already a meeting with the American Chamber of Commerce, so that again we can address what particularly are their concerns. Now, to answer what are the steps again to curb.
Before you continue, let me recognize the presence of Senator Jay Beresito. Go ahead, Commissioner.
Yes, sir. So again, with regard to the corruption issue, again, this will persist definitely not until we are able to fully digitalize the processes in the Bureau of Customs. Just to explain more graphically what this means, Mr. Chair, if you digitalize, beginning from the submission of import documents, meaning the lodging phase, you will already submit the digital copy only of your documents. No need to submit that physically. And then in the assessment up to the payment, it will be digitalized, probably even exploring AI or even blockchain in the future, so that there will be almost zero human intervention. Ibig pong sabihin, Mr. Chair, para pong pumunta tayo sa ATM machines. And this is already being done in other countries. Hindi naman po ito bagong teknolohiya. The technologies are available. We just have to adopt one of them. So, para ATM yan, you will just have to choose which transaction that you want to do with the BOC and then go through that digitally. And then the releases, then the measurements of success will be much easier. That's the only way. All the others will be just to support and lessen corruption in the near term. But again, without fully digitalizing, I'm overemphasizing that, Mr. Chair, without fully digitalizing the processes, the 100% processes in the BOC, these problems hounding us, the corruption issues will definitely persist. So we just have to do that.
Fully support your call for digitalization, Commissioner Nepomuceno. In fact, that's the only way.
Yeah.
Na wala naman ibang paraan to eliminate corruption in the customs, BIR, and other agencies but to digitalize, no? Reduce or eliminate human intervention. In fact, I had the opportunity of visiting sa Singapore, yung kanilang customs facility. Nung pumunta ako, walang tao. I don't know if you've been there, but wala talagang tao. And nagulat nga ako eh. Akala ko mali na puntahan ko. Pero apparently, everything there is paperless and digitalized. And they really eliminated human intervention. You just go there to, well, if you have a problem, but everything is done online.
Tama po.
Yeah.
Tama po.
So my question is that included in your budget? Because if that is the solution, that should be included in your budget.
Sinama po namin sana dun sa request for additional Again,
Kasi hindi kasama sa tier 1, tier 2, diba? Yan
dinat
yung priority.
na po namin yung NEP when we came in.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yung sorry, but yung pong paghahabol yung
Bakit hindi linagay ng predecessor mo? Dapat common sense na yan na ilagay niya na doon kasi digitalization yan.
I'll just
Maybe different priorities. Sige.
baka po kasi ganito po to be fair with my predecessor. Kasi po yung mismong CPS, yung Customs Processing System, nagkaroon po yan ng legal entanglement because way back 2015 or 2016, somebody already won fair and square. Wala pa naman, hindi po kami yung nanalo po doon sa bidding na yon, nagdemanda because the contract that was supposed to be awarded to their company was canceled. Naturally, it was understandable that they would sue the BOC. Then the case dragged on until today. So to be fair with the former commissioner, probably baka nakita nilang maybe futile. I'm just guessing kung ba't hindi po nila nilagay po. But that's the probable explanation po.
Mr. Chair, on that note, we have seen ito yung nagiging problema natin with our quest to digitalize sa LTO. Yan din ang naging problema. No, I think it's almost similar na yung computerization provider supposedly kinasuhan din, no? Kaya tumagal yung yung kanilang program for digitalization. And I think 2015 pa ito, Commissioner, no?
Tama po.
So, ganun din ang nangyari. Yung winning bidder, kinasuhan, nag-TRO. So, ilang taon yung nawala sa atin na Mr. Chair, that's almost 10 years. So, in that period, parang mano-mano pa rin tayo. So, what's the status now? Para lang alam natin. Nasa Supreme Court ba? Nasa which court is it right now?
Tama po. Pending pa rin yung ang peculiarity po nitong project na to, Mr. Chair, Senator JB, yun pong nanalo dyan, of course, propose a technology that as of today, obsolete na po yun. So this goes beyond legal issues na po. And of course, the good news is when I discussed this with the President and then of course with Secretary Ralph, full support po sila dito kaya full speed ahead naman ho kami rito. But then again, the option is mag-PPP. And I understand, Mr. Secretary, also, yung nag-propose ngayon ng PPP, kasali yung nagdemanda. So, mukhang hindi na nila ipupursue yung case. So, this can be, hopefully, a win-win proposal. The job of DOC right now is to make sure that the minimum features or minimum capabilities will be there to deliver the job.
Well, hopefully, maano na, no? Kasi we lost 10 years, sayang.
Opo.
And hopefully, under your administration and the remaining years, maayos din natin yan. And I heard, at least sa PPP, which we sponsored, kaya nakikilala ko yung mga taong nandito tumulong sa akin. Sila Yusek Adriano, Yusek Ate Fong, of course, Yusek Alu. Sa PPP, talagang yan, sabi mo nga, win-win. Tulad ng ating chairman. Dapat talaga, we would pursue that already. No, na kasi hindi natin pwedeng iasa lang lagi. Ang maganda rin kasi yung upgrades and everything. Minsan kasi it's also good to have yung Mr. Chair, yung I don't know kung it will be feasible yung leasing para yung upgrades and maintenance of hardware. Kasi pag binili mo yung hardware minsan, na yan, you're stuck with it tapos mag-upgrade. Sayang na yun. So, yun yung mga siguro dapat take into consideration while pursuing this system, no? Siguro maganda i-take into consideration kung mag-PPP tayo. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Commissioner, wala sa budget na yan. So, but I do support your initiative for digitalization. So, how much do you required to digitalize. And kung may
Mm.
PPP, I would assume mas mababa yung requirement if this is the modality you want to pursue.
Opo, Mr. Chair, dun sa PPP proposal, of course, no cost to the government. And we've already initially analyzed the proposal. And then the amount that they would charge to the importer per transaction, hindi po per container. I don't know if parang minimal to my mind, but of course, tatawad pa kami. Parang 350 pesos per transaction, almost negligible pag inisip po natin, spread over the number of containers of that or the total value of the import. So parang ano po yan, but I feel makakatawad pa kami. But even with that amount na 350 pesos to be charged to the importer, almost negligible na po yun. So wala pong gastos ang pamahalaan. Again, the only homework for us sa BOC is to make sure that at least the minimum capabilities or features of a dependable CPS, Customs Processing System, will be there. Yun lang po ang homework namin to make sure that it will happen. So, yun po, wala naman pong gastos. Kaya, hopefully, magtuloy-tuloy po yung PP. But, to give a value po kung magkano, kung sakaling gobyerno po yung gagastos for that, according to our initial market study, it's between 4 billion to 5 billion pesos. Kung tayo po ang mag-a-acquire niyan. We were trying to do some financial modeling. Will it be better for the government to fund that or IPPP na lang po? But again, that issue became academic because wala nga po sa NEP po namin. So we have to explore other options po.